Hello and a warm welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Melinda Ngilari. On the program today, federal government officially announces closure of Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, as Nigerian police assures of maximum security in Kaduna Airport. The acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, arrives in Edo State, says no going back on pledges to the Niger Delta region. And the governor of Cross River State, Ben Ayade, insists on providing shelter for the displaced people of Bakassi. We begin with legal matters. A former governor of Adamawa State, Bala James Ngilari, has been convicted and sentenced to 5 years in prison by a high court sitting in Yola, the Adamawa State capital, over corruption charges. The presiding judge, Justice Nathan Musa, found the former governor guilty of 4 charges and discharged him on 1, which bordered on conspiracy. The judge discharged and acquitted former secretary to the state government and the commissioner of finance, who were second and third defendants in the case. The judge said the law stipulated that the convict shall not be given an option of fine. The former governor was charged on September the 21st, 2016. The monarch of Benin Kingdom, Oba Ngilari II, has appealed for the intervention of the acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, over an attempt by members of the Ijaw communities living in Gelegele to claim the area as part of Ijaw land. The Benin monarch made the appeal when the vice president paid him a courtesy call at the palace as part of his visit to oil-producing communities. He also appealed for the return of 38 oil wells taken from Edo State. The acting president asked for the support of the monarch to find a peaceful means of resolving this problem.
President. Thank you very much.
We are trying to push for the airport free processing zone. We will not really like this to continue because it is what has militated against the development of the area before. We would like to pray that this matter be put to rest now, so that the effort of His Excellency Doctor and the palace can take off, relatively well there without any more interruption.
There is no way any form of violence or any form of force, any kind, anything that involves force, involves trying to bend the will of a particular cause. We know that and the dialogue and amicable resolution is the way forward. So we will certainly will be engaging communities and all parties will be relying on your family guidance and advice on how to proceed. We certainly believe that at every stage of that intervention.
The federal government has formally announced the closure of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, effective midnight. The Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, told journalists at the World Press Conference in Abuja that the airport will be closed for 6 weeks to allow repair works to begin. Also at the conference, the Minister of Transport, Mr. Chibike Amechi, explained that the Kaduna Airport is ready for operations and issues of security have been taken care of, while the Minister of State for Aviation says a website has been set up through which information will be shared with Nigerians. It is www.abujaairports abuja-airportclosure.info. I take that again. The website is www.abuja-airportclosure.info. So far, only one international airline has agreed to use the Kaduna airport. In the meantime, the Nigerian police force has deployed patrol helicopters and men of the anti-bomb squad within and around the Kaduna airport. The Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, is assuring airlines and passengers flying in and out of Kaduna airport of maximum safety and security. The IGP gave the assurance when he inspected the security arrangement at the airport.
We've got the men and the equipments required for them to perform their duties. We are giving them vehicles for effective patrol. We are giving different units of the police, from explosive ordnance to the force animals, because we are going to use a lot of sniffer dogs. And, even the counter-terrorist unit, the mobile police, all of them are going to be deployed. Helicopters are going to be deployed to ensure security during this period that the airport will be shifting here. We are covering all the highways from here to Abuja. From this airport, even within the town, on the highways, we are covering them. Two, the buses that are going to be provided by the government for some people to use as a charter, charter vehicles. We are providing security on each of them. You can see when I arrive, I address some of our policemen. Each vehicle, we are going to attach 2 police officers on top. And the same thing, I will later be going to the railway station there. Every coach, we are going to attach 2 police marshals on board so that they provide security throughout.
Security is a team approach. It's a team approach, so we all collaborate to ensure that the best is done here. We are implementing the National Civil Aviation Security Program. Our obligation to the international community, we're implementing it.
The Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport will be closed effective Wednesday. And in line with the security and social issues facing the Lake Chad region, the United Nations Security Council has asked the humanitarian community to step up operations in Nigeria's northeast region. The head of the delegation, Ambassador Matthew Roycroft, said the council was shocked by the number of people affected by the insurgency, but commended the government for actions taken so far.
The delegation from the UN Security Council, consisting of country representatives from Bolivia, China, Egypt, Ethiopia, France, Italy, Japan, Kazakhstan, Senegal, Sweden, the UK, the US, Uruguay and Sierra Leone, has been in and around Maiduguri, engaging the affected population in town hall meetings. The group met with the theater commander of Operation Lafia Dole, Major General Loki Rabo, and other top officials of the Military Command and Control Center.
With whatever resources we
From
have.
that meeting, the delegation led by Ambassador Matthew Rycroft also met with the Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima.
The numbers are shocking in terms of the numbers displaced, 500,000 children in severe acute malnutrition, and we are determined that the international community, the donors and the United Nations as the coordinator should step up response before it is too late.
There is a need for some sort of a Marshall Plan for the Northeast. Massive investment in job creation, in agriculture, in education, in healthcare, in gender empowerment, most especially on girl child education. Without this investment, we might as well forget about the future.
Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister thanks the UN for its contribution in the security and humanitarian crisis in the Northeast.
The Nigerian government, Your Excellency, have been putting enormous financial and humanitarian resources into this fight. Over $4 billion that the federal government and the state governments have invested in addressing this very, very dire humanitarian challenge.
When the various meetings ended, the delegation had some concerns about access by humanitarian workers as well as protection for the affected population living and working in the host communities.
Some of the military operations are making it very difficult for the humanitarian agencies and their implementing partners to reach these vulnerable populations. So we continue to focus on access to these people in need. We also continue to focus on protection issues.
The UN Security Council delegation says it's impressed with the achievements of the Nigerian army in the terrorism war and has pledged to offer or recommend increased support where necessary.
When news across Nigeria returns, we look at what the Kogi state government is doing to reduce kidnapping in the state. More details in a moment. Join us again.